Alright folks, hello and welcome back to Downstage Gaming. I'm your host Josh, and this is part 5 of our Let's Play of Long Live the Queen. When we last left off, we went to war. We had a civil war that we handily won, I'm gonna say. It's our first major success, mainly due to our incredible scores in military. And other than that, we met some friends, we went to a party, I forget what the immediate thing going on is right now, but I'm sure we'll find out very soon. Alright, so where are we at here in terms of classes for right now? We were taking Faith, and we were finishing Agility. That's what we were doing. Alright, so let's finish Agility with some flexibility, and then let's get some lore going here. Perfect. Alright, so you arch up into an elegant back bend, then kick over into a standing position. Sounds difficult. And practice until you can pull your leg up behind your... Well, I don't know. I know it's about elementary school just so you can do that. I feel like we should have something else for 100. But, fair enough. We're the queen of flexibility. Oh boy. Okay. Lore time. At the height of the Novan Empire, all the major dukes and duchesses wore lumens, and they conquered their enemies with beams of light and terrible summoned monsters. Those monsters eventually broke loose, killing their captors and destroying the old capital of Cather Lake. That's the place that the treasure was at, that our person that we don't like told us about. The resulting chaos shook the empire. 200 years ago, a great force of darkness covered Nova, threatening to wipe out all life in the domain. It took the self-sacrifice of the Queen and her complement of lumens to defeat that doom. Only the Duke of Ursul refused to join in the defense, and therefore survived. Okay, well, good on you, Duke of Ursul. And a lumen once tried to lift the curse from an enchanted spring whose water was poisonous and glowed green. After dispelling the magic, she tasted the water and fell dead. The green glow was not a curse, but a spell placed by a lumen long before to warn everyone away from the spring's natural poison. What a fool. What an idiot. This is the week... Oh, that's right, we're throwing a tournament. A tourney. This is the week of the general tournament. Nobles and commoners alike have turned out to compete against each other. The people will be pleased if you participate in their games. However, it would expose you to... Oh, you better believe we're taking part. Okay. Well, I know that we could do archery well. So I'm probably gonna say that. We could also do fencing, though. Oh, I like the idea of us winning fencing. Let's do fencing. Yeah. Here, the devotees of the blade can challenge each other. We're a master of the blade. While you were studying how to sing, other queens, I was mastering the blade. Can challenge each other to duels fought only for points, not blood and honor. You win your first match to uproarious applause, but are soon overpowered by more experienced competitors. Still, you did very well for your first turn. We should have won everything. We have a max score. Come on. All the winners are announced and displayed to great cheers. As near queen, you place flower garlands around their necks. All of a sudden, a man approaches the winner's platform. Well, this can't be good. Oh no, it's this douche. It's Kevon, the Earl of Low. Kevon? I'm just gonna call him Kevin. In one hand, he carries an armored gauntlet. In the other, a sword. My family's blood is on your hands! Erise, the ringleader of the rebellion, she was his mother. Oh, well, no, what? God, this whole family sucks. He casts the metal glove to the ground with a clatter and raises his sword. Oh, my dude. You're gonna die today. You are so dead. I challenge you, Elodie. A life for a life. He's challenging you to a duel? Well, of course we'll accept. Very well. I will meet your challenge. Stop that. It's time to challenge. As the challenge party, you have the choice of weapons. I mean, we could do either, but again, I mean, we just won with swords. Swords is more dramatic, so let's do swords. Bring me my sword. Stop it. The crowd seems not to realize at first that this is a blood match and not entertainment. Or perhaps they do, and their cheering is all the louder for it. Everyone loves blood sport. Kevin's rage fills him with great strength, but it makes him erratic and unpredictable. Worse, he's armored, and he seems willing to settle for nothing less than your death or his. Unfortunately, your exertions in the tournament have drained your strength. You can barely keep your guard up. Before you can begin to work out some way to safely forfeit, you have fought. Wait, what? 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 But we had 100 swords. I didn't know other things would come into play. No! Oh, look at that dumb expression on her face. Oh my god. I mean, honestly, in some ways, I expected this to happen earlier. Elodie did not survive to reach her coronation. Nova would have to go on without her. It doesn't have to end this way. Make different choices, train different skills, and Elodie's star may rise again. Huh. What happens if we say show log? What does this do? Well, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hang on. Okay, that's... Okay, great. Fantastic. Well, first I'm gonna... oh, God. I'm gonna assume that this is all still recording, then. I guess let's go back. A part of me is thinking, like, maybe... Let's check it. I'm kind of curious. Okay, I died once. Made a foreign duke our subjects, sure. Faced a civil war, been challenged to a duel, sure. What odds? Anything? No. Okay. Let's head back to here, back to the title. Alright, let's load back up where we were. Let's go ahead and try that little moment again, shall we? Train flexibility and lore again. Get that just the way it was before. I'm kind of curious now. Okay. Obviously the safe thing... Okay, we can skip ahead to the next choice. Obviously the safe thing would be to just not accept the duel. But let's see what happens if I don't exhaust myself here. We'll get a little more depressed, but that's fine. Tournament goes on without us. After the tournament, a minor tragedy is revealed. One of the stewards apparently had an incredible sweet tooth and dared to steal a piece of your recently received chocolates. No! He had a sweet tooth. The chocolates were poisoned. When you ask questions, it turns out that the merchant house which supposedly sent you this present never existed. Someone has tried to kill you, but you don't know who. Okay, I didn't expect us to not be challenged simply because we didn't participate. That's interesting. Alright, well, gosh, I'm all frazzled now from everything that happened there. Alright, where are we at mood-wise here? Probably want to start coming off of being afraid. So let's get something that will make us angry, which I think is just... I think that's just sports. Am I correct about that? Is there anything else that makes us angry that we have right now? I don't think so. No. Alright, sports time it is. Okay. So, we've maxed out agility stuff now. We can keep going with faith. What else could we do in the meantime, though? Not a whole lot of other great bonuses right now, is the unfortunate thing. I suppose let's turn to expression as our next highest. It could be expression or animal handling, I suppose. So let's do expression for now. We haven't done decoration, so let's do that. So decoration right there, and then back to meditation for faith. Gonna need to meditate after everything that just happened. Discuss the nature of beauty, looking around at landscapes, objects, and people, and comparing their aesthetic elements. You can close your eyes and visualize a crystal ball floating through the air, moving past your eyes and into your mind, filling you with light. You learn to visualize the space around you so that you can see the whole room with your eyes closed. You discover that if you put yourself into the right frame of mind, your entire body begins to grow faintly. Interesting. Okay. My lady, your father wishes to speak with you. He says it's urgent. I'll be there in a minute. There's someone I have to talk to first. You wait for the maid to leave, then hurry off to rendezvous with your agent. Greetings, your highness. I trust you... Is this our guy who's supposed to be looking at noble plots? I trust you are well? I'm fine, so far. I have just returned from the Duchy of Kegel. We have made a number of discreet inquiries and infiltrated much of the Duke's private correspondence. The Duke of Kegel is certainly not your greatest supporter. However, he seems entirely preoccupied with restoring the stability of the duchy. We find no evidence that his family was involved in the attempt on your life. I suppose that's a relief, but that means we still don't know who did it. I mean, there's like 5 different people who are pretty good suspects. Aren't you supposed to detect these things before they happen? A political coup requires allies, signals, coordination. Assassins work alone. They leave far fewer traces. Fine. Get back to work then. I have other things to do. I mean, in fairness, we told them to focus on nobles and not assassins. Need to speak with my father. You find your father standing over a map of the coastline, his face grave. Ships have been sighted on the approach from Shangia. Not trade ships. This is a war fleet. What? Within a week, they will be in Novan waters. Within 2, they could reach the capital. Then we have to defend ourselves. You can try to use the treasury funds to hire additional soldiers, but it may be difficult on short notice. I think we don't need them. Again, I'm gonna trust in the fact that my naval strategy is 100. So I'm gonna say we don't. No, it's too late for that. You will need to draw up a naval strategy for our ships to carry out. Oh, I'm ready, Daddy. You could choose to act as admiral and lead the fleet in person, but the danger to you would be very great. Unless you think your personal skills will make the difference, I would strongly advise against... Oh, we're going. We're directing the fleet. The risk is mine to take. Listen, I've already died once today. You have your mother's heart. Do your best, and Nova will survive. Alright, so mood-wise, again, we must have gotten afraid from something else here, so... It is, I'm not wrong about this, right? Yeah, okay, alright. So let's continue doing sports, then. Alright, so... believe we're obviously still gonna finish off Faith here. And then, yeah, I guess Expression is still our best next bet. So let's go ahead and do that. So, Instrument and Divination. Here we go. You learn to play notes and scales in a simple wooden recorder. Study the stars and learn about the omens they hold, with warnings that the stars are seen by all and their portents may not be meant for you. You learn that priestesses have other ways of requesting omens from the gods, but that they won't share them with someone not initiated into the mysteries. Interesting. Queen of Divination, here we are. Uh-oh. Ah! Danger on the high seas! Ships close in on each other, angling into range. You take your position with a spyglass, watching the enemy movements closely and shouting out any necessary changes in plan. The Shanjian forces greatly outnumber the Novans. This is unlikely to end well. If only you had more soldiers available. Oh no. The eventual outcome is not in your favor. The Novan ships are sunk or scattered as the Shanjian forces press towards landfall. Your grasp of strategy allows you to recognize when the tipping point has been passed in order your remaining vessels to retreat before they are all destroyed. This saves lives, but it means leaving the Novan approach completely unguarded. Many good soldiers were lost today, and Nova's troubles have not ended. Since you have failed to repel the invasion, the Shanjian fleet will soon land, and their troops will begin to progress towards your capital city. The remaining soldiers will hold them off as long as possible, of course, but the main strength of your military has been exhausted. Nova's future looks bleak. Well, it seems like everything's finally coming to a head here, and not in a good way. Let's keep doing sports so that we can stop being afraid. Alright. Just keep going along the path we're going? Yeah, okay. Jesus Christ. Alright. Voice. Lore. Finish off lore. You learn the differences in resonance between the chest, the head, and the nose. I mean, look, it's good vocal technique. This may not be the best time for it, but hey, you know? A Lumen may willingly surrender control of his or her magic to another. This was how the Novan Empire came to dominate the world. A growing force of lumens focused on a single ruler, granting that king or queen immense power. It is now believed that strong magical power attracts danger. Therefore, after the Doom Shadow was banished, the crystals of the fallen dukes and duchesses were destroyed. Only the crown and the Duchy of Ursul maintain active lumens. Queen of Lore. That's what they call me. The invasion of Nova is proceeding. Your coastline is under Shanjian control. Soldiers have marched through villages, trampling fields and frightening citizens. A diplomatic delegation from Sanjia has requested access to the castle to discuss terms, most likely for your surrender. You lack the strength to hold off their armies, and surrendering now will save many lives. It would seem that you have no choice. You prepare yourself as best you can to meet with the representatives from Sanjia. You expected diplomats and a military representative, a general or an admiral. You did not expect the handsome man decked in jewels who now stands before you. A man announced by your servants as Togamate, king of Shanjia. Byakuya? Is he really their king? How would a king come all the way here? My dear young lady, how difficult this must be for you. So much responsibility at such a tender age. Don't pretend to be my friend while you're killing my people. Temper, temper, princess. After all, I am here to save your people. War benefits no one, don't you think? Such a terrible waste. Better to settle things in a civilized manner. A contest, a game, so to speak, with Nova as the stakes. Should I win, then your domain will submit and accept me as overlord with no further resistance. Should I lose, then my army will leave your domain in peace and shed no more blood. What sort of game? It is well known that Nova is ruled by lumens. As it happens, I too possess the power of a lumen. I propose a formal duel. My power against yours. The winner takes control of Nova. The loser dies. But I'm not a lumen. Saving it for the coronation, were you? Such a pity that you'll be unprepared. Should have stolen it from the treasury. Well then, go and find your crystal. Becoming a lumen is a very simple matter. Then we can have our duel. What's the point? You know I can't win. Why don't you just kill me now? Because that's not the game. You want to save your people, don't you? I want to fight a lumen. If you refuse, then the war will continue. I'll sweeten the deal. If you meet me in a formal lumen challenge, I'll call off the invasion even if I win. Really? I swear it by the gods. Nova will be free and safe. Why take that risk? You're winning the war. It's not your land that I want. It's your crystal. To gain your power, I am willing to wager my own. Shall we begin? I don't like this, but what choice do I have? I mean, okay, here's the thing. If we accept his terms, we're gonna lose. Because we haven't been able to level up any lumen stuff because we haven't had the crystal. It's almost guaranteed that we're gonna lose this. So... I don't feel great about this, but... What if I marry you instead? Then everything I have is yours as well. Silly little girl. I already told you, your land isn't what matters to me. And I already have a wife. A woman far riper than you. Well... Then, I must. Let me check my profile first. No, not my little girl. You want to fight the Lumen ruler of Nova? Your father reaches into his pocket and shoves this metal in your face, pulls out a shimmering blue crystal, which he places over his heart. Illuminate! Your hair stands on end as a veil of blue sparkles settles over your father, crawling into his skin. When it's over, the jewel has been absorbed into his body without a trace. Fight me. Leave her alone. Well, this is not what I expected, but it will serve my purposes just as well. Daddy? Be quiet, Elodie. You are not a queen yet. You are forced to sit and watch as the two men work out the details of the duel and its stakes, then take their places in a carefully warded circle. Your father crosses his arms, summoning up a thick gray fog that swirls around him, hiding him from view. But then, the Sanjian king conjures a cloud of glowing butterflies, which drive into the fog and blow it apart. Then the invader claps his hands together and chants. Vibrant red lights cluster over his fingertips and merge together into a pulsing blob before erupting toward your father. He resists with a beam of blue, catching the infernal energy and pushing it back in Togami's direction. You knew what the outcome would be. You knew it all along. Togami is a trained lumen eager to demonstrate his powers. And your father was your father. Super depressed. Okay. The blue crystal reappears, lying beside your father's body, like an innocently discarded bauble. But now that blue color is colored by a faint wash of red. The smirking king of Shanjia sweeps the crystal off the floor and tucks it away into his robes. How fitting. First I end your mother's life, and then your father's. You what? You didn't think her death was an accident, did you? That took careful planning. And now the Novan power is mine, and you even get to live. He holds out a hand in front of him, the elegant robe dangling freely. Now kneel and kiss my hand. Never. Not in 1,000 years. With a scream, you launch yourself at the Shanjian king, prepared to go down fighting. Of course, it takes only a touch of his magic to end your life. Well, hey, it's fun that we get different art for the different ways we can die, I guess. Huh. So, I mean, obviously the real thing we would have to do to win this would be, we would have to get the crystal way earlier. So that we can practice leveling up those skills, that we can be prepared for this duel. So, the only other question I have is about whether we can stop him before he gets to land, right? So, like, if I go back... Okay. If I go back here... Yeah, that's fine. Let's do the usual bits here. Flexibility, lore. Okay. Great, great. Skip ahead from this. We're not going to participate. Okay, somebody dies, some more chocolates. We did sports. Then, let's see, we finished agility, so then we went to, I mean, this hardly matters at this point, but decoration, meditation, okay. And then we get this. We speak to our agent, we talk to Dad. This time, let's recruit soldiers. Fine, we'll do that. You would need to draw up a naval strategy for ships to carry out. Yep, okay. This time, we're gonna stay in the capital. Okay. Then let's do some more sports. If I can get there. Okay. Then, let's get some instrument and divination. Okay, Queen of Divination. Danger on the high sea. Ships close in each other, angling to range. Shanjian forces greatly outnumber the Novans. This is unlikely to end well. If only you had more soldiers available. Okay. Didn't matter. This doesn't matter. Okay. Alright. So then we're doomed pretty much no matter what at this point. Okay, that's good to know. So, what that means then is I think we're gonna start over. Keeping in mind what we know now. Which means we're gonna have to do what we can in order to get into the treasury to steal the crystal. We could also do that bit where we take drastic measures and potentially kill Dad. Seems like that would be bad. But we'll consider that next time. So next time we will start over a new round and we'll try to prepare for this eventual battle better, I guess. But we shall see, we shall see. So then, folks, until then, this has been Downstage Gaming. I've been your host, Josh, and I will catch you all next time.